it's November and it's still hot outside. Like, seriously, I'm still sweating. I'm still sweating like I fucking shouldn't be. Like, I mean, it's only 22 degrees, but Lord, I got hot quick. I did just wash my bike by hand. You know, it wasn't detailed. It wasn't like, you know, super polished or anything. It was just spray down. Use a little bit of degreaser because, oh my god, I hadn't washed this bike since I got it, which has been over a year. And yeah. Oop. So yeah, I wanted to clean the bike. I cleaned the bike, and goddamn, I got hot quick. But you know, like I said, it had been over a year. I didn't actually do the proper chain maintenance for, you know, that entire year. I did lube it, but that was pretty much all I did. I didn't clean it off, I didn't scrub it, and I just did that today. And yeah, I was a little worried while washing it. I didn't want to use like too much water because the dealership said the traction control system, like if you take it to a power washer or something, it can mess up some of the traction control system wires and all that, and you got to like reset the computer and this, that, and the other. And I didn't want to do that. So yeah, I was a little worried about that, but everything seems to be working just fine. So, oh no. I stalled it. Oh, no. I can't believe I stalled it. Why? Fuck. That's gotta go on YouTube. God damn it. What a way to start the video, I guess. I've been streaming constantly. I've been streaming daily, and unfortunately, I don't know how people get views. Seriously, people are like, oh, you know, I talked to one guy and they're like, just keep a schedule and you'll be fine. Sooner or later you'll get viewers. I've streamed constantly, sometimes even twice a day for the past 2 weeks for 2 hours straight or more, and I don't know, it's not taking off. Maybe it's the game I'm playing, because I'm only playing PlanetSide 2. If you watch my YouTube channel, you know that it's all PlanetSide 2. And yeah, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe just a lot. There aren't many people that want to look up PlanetSide 2 streams. I don't know, but I'm trying to be healthier. You know, I'm actually starting to work out, even though I'm not overweight. I'm just unhealthy. I'm still just, you know, I'm trying to get back to a healthy position in my life. Like 4 years ago, I was vegan. I was riding my pedal bike, because I didn't have a motorcycle back then. I was riding my pedal bike at least 30 miles a day, you know, and every time I rode my bike, I actually broke it. I broke a part, or I popped a tire, or, you know, I did something. You know, I wasn't easy I'm not easy on my my possessions, I should say. I don't really want to call them toys because, you know, when I think of a toy, I think of something like an unmodified Nerf gun, or I don't know, Legos or something, you know. I don't look at my motorcycle and go, wow, that's a really great toy. I look at it and I go, wow, that's $20,000. Yeah, bye BMW. He was behind me that whole time when I stalled the bike. But yeah, I've just been trying to get healthier, and oh my god, here's where I'm at. I'm at 20 sit-ups, 20 push-ups, and roughly a minute of stretching, and that's all I can do. Honestly, I'm just that out of shape, you know, because I was a health freak for a little bit. Again, I was a vegan, riding my bike, you know. I was actually, as far as, you know, cardio and muscles go, I was pretty good, you know. And then I just kind of let that go. I don't really know what happened. Oh yeah, school started. Well, once school started up, my daily routine kind of just hit the fan. I was only doing about 10, maybe 15 miles of bike riding a day. I ended up in the hospital at one point because of my diabetes, and they fed me meat, and at that point I was just like, I don't need to. I'll just start eating meat again. And then after that, it was just all downhill after school started, and I went to that hospital. I had to sit in the hospital for 24 hours. And yeah, I'm trying to get back to that not productivity, the activity level that I once was, and oh my god, it's so hard. Like with my mountain bike, it was just, I just started riding, you know. There was no set goal to do. Yeah, like right now I have a goal, and it just seems so much harder to do, you know. It seems so much harder to hit this goal. And with my mountain bike, you know, several years ago, it just happened, you know. I just got to that point. It wasn't like oh, I'm gonna set a goal to do this. It was just, I feel like riding my bike, and then I just started riding. It was kind of just that, yeah, this sounds like a good idea. I want to kind of go explore. And I can't really do that with motorcycles or, you know, walking around. It's just, I don't know why, it's not the same. And with this goal, it's just, like when I set goals, I never seem to be able to achieve them, and I don't know why. Like I'll do it for weeks straight, and then suddenly I'll just stop for no reason. I'll just stop, and I don't know why. I honestly don't, because I'm really determined to be healthy again, and it's, I don't know. It's really hard. Wow, I have like no rear brakes. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I got like no rear brakes. Oh no, I do. I just needed to pump it a few times. But yeah, because I don't know what it is. I started walking my dog to start getting healthy again, you know. You know, he's starting to get more and more active, which is strange because he's getting older and older. But he's starting to get more active, so I was like, all right, I'll start walking you. And for several months, I was walking him, you know, 5 a.m. You know, sun was just coming up. It was like the perfect temperature to do it. And then one day I just stopped for no reason. And because it's getting cooler now. Again, it's still only 24 degrees. It's heated up a little bit. But you know, there's no reason for me, there's no excuse for me, you know. I have no excuse to say, oh well, this happened or this happened, because I can do it. I can walk my dog a mile, and that's what I was doing. I was walking him a mile a day, and that seemed to be our little limit that he and I reached. You know, he couldn't go any further after that, and you know, my feet started to hurt. I got flat feet, and so you know, it just seemed to be our limit, and it seemed to be the perfect distance to go. So I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll start a mile. And it never got any easier, and that was one of the problems that I was having, is it never got any easier. And it should have, you know, there'll be, you know, everybody's like, oh yeah, you know, after a while it just got easier. And I'm like, well, when does it get easier? You know, like, if I start doing 20 push-ups and I don't do any more than 20 push-ups, sooner or later I should be able to knock those 20 push-ups out of the park, right? You know, and I don't know, it doesn't happen for me, which is weird. And you know, I try and I try and I try, and that's probably why sorry, I just need a little bit of air in my helmet. The vents aren't really helping. You know, I try and I try and I try and I try and I try, and that's probably why I stopped, because I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore, because I'm not seeing any improvements. You know, when you work for something and you don't see any improvements, it's very disheartening. You know, but for the life of me, I just want to keep trying, just in case. You know, like, what if it's, you know, the next day it'll get easier, or you know, it's only a few more tries and it'll start to get easier. And it's so far everything I've done just excuse me, you know, it's just, for some reason it's not happening, and I want it to happen, and I tried to get it to happen, but nope. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not gonna give up. And same thing goes for motovlogging. You know, it's not hard, and I could sit there and do the 1 to 2 hours of editing, you know, because I got to get through the footage. I gotta put the footage on my computer and this, that, and the other. But yeah, for some reason I just don't. Honestly, like with my streaming, I can stream all day. I don't, you know. I could go out, I could record for the 2 hours or so that my GoPro has, and then I could go home, recharge the battery, take the thing off, take the footage off. I think I've explained this before in another video, but you know, not many views, so I just feel like restating what I've already stated. And you know, I need to fix this mirror. God damn it, I lost my train of thought. And that's one of my other problems, is I don't have the train of thought. You know, I can't hold on to what I was saying. Oh yeah, I could go home, you know, get the footage off, edit it, put a video up, go back out once the GoPro's charged, you know, and just repeat the process. And I could just dump videos out, you know. I just don't, though, and I don't know why. There's really no reason for it, you know. I could, you know, I could basically start acting on my channel, and I just don't do it, and I don't know why, you know. I don't know, you know. I could. Wow, that was a smooth shift. Holy crap. I could also make a car video. I haven't made a video on my Mach 1 yet, and I should do that, but I don't know how, you know. Most car videos you see usually has a ton of editing going on through them. You know, that or the camera's inside on the dashboard, and you know the camera's pointed at the driver. But I want to remain anonymous right now, you know. I'm not ready to plaster my face all over the internet, and it's mainly for personal reasons, you know. There really isn't a reason for me to remain anonymous outside of I just don't want my face on the internet. But yeah, so I don't know how to go about doing that. You know, all my mics, or my mic is tied up in my helmet, and the other mic I have, I could use, but I don't have the headband on the GoPro, and I don't really. Actually, let's go straight. I haven't gone straight before. Spears. But yeah, I'm just, you know, I don't have like 8 different cameras that I can strap to the outside of the car, and I don't have all the equipment that I want, or it would make making a car video or a video on my car that much easier, you know. And I try, you know, I'm gonna try. I need a little bit more equipment, you know, to get the outside sound and the inside sound. You know, if I was gonna do a video on it, I'd kind of want it to be kind of like a Saab Kyle video. You know, you have the outside, the inside, except I wouldn't really focus on the specifications, because you can look up the Mach 1 specifications, or you can look up Saab Kyle's videos. You know, but I want it to be a little bit different, you know. I want to stand out in the motovlogging crowd and the gaming crowd, but I don't know how to do it. You know, I'm inexperienced. I have well over 100 videos on my YouTube channel, and it hasn't even been a year yet. Or I think it has been a year at this point. But I have well over 100 YouTube videos, and that's, let's see, I think I did the math, and when it was like 8 months, I had 100 videos, and it was like, that was 2 videos a week on average. And I don't know, you know, I'm not getting, you know, by this point, you know, by 100 videos, you know, some people just have like thousands of YouTube subscribers. Like one guy I'm watching just hit 100 videos, and he has like 5,000 subscribers, and I'm like, how are you, like, and you know, I'm not sitting here and I'm not promoting my channel because, you know, I don't want to be that guy. You know, hey, check out my YouTube channel. Hey, check out my YouTube channel. Hey, check out my YouTube channel. Or you know, I'm not linking every single thing, because it's just annoying. You know, you see those videos and you're just like, okay, can we get through this? Can we get through this? You know, when does the actual video start? And this, that, and the other. And yeah, it you know, wow, what a dick. You know, I want to, you know, I want to stand out. I don't want any ads. You know, again, I'm doing this for fun. But, you know, I don't want to get to that point where, God damn, that guy's just running like a jackass. Just stay in one lane, dude. I got like a low spot or a high spot on my front discs. But yeah, I'm just I'm just trying to like make the YouTube channel that I would want to watch, you know, because I have a lot of free time on my hands. So when I have to click on like 8 different videos every 10 minutes or so, it's annoying, because it's a lot of it is background noise for me, you know. Get off me, Bodaggett? I don't fucking know. But, you know, I'm trying, I want to make the YouTube channel that I would want to watch. You know, I want, you know, I'd want longer videos. You know, I'd sit down and I'd watch one of my videos, to be perfectly honest. You know, I'd watch the whole fucking thing. You know, if it wasn't me and somebody was out doing what I was doing, you know, putting out the whole ride, I'd want to see all of it, you know. I want to see I want to see, you know, it's a vlog, you know. I don't want to see some crazy, insane, you know, road rage video. I do watch road rage videos and stuff like that, but I skip through like at least 80% of them, because a lot of them are just fucking people overreacting and being a bitch. I don't know the speed limit here, which is hilarious because I used to live over here. But, you know, so it gets annoying. Oh, there it is, speed limit 45. You know, I don't want to go out and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to watch videos like that, yet that's what it seems to get a lot of views. And I don't know why, because a lot of the YouTube comments are hating on the people that are being bitches. You know, there's very little dislikes, but then the YouTube comments just shred everybody in the video, and it's like, you know what? I don't understand. I don't know. Ooh, there's the line. But yeah, you know, I wanna stand out, but it smells like sewage over here. I want to stand out, but you don't get views by standing out. And I also want to make the YouTube channel that I'd prefer to watch, but I'm a very strange person, you know? There aren't many people out there like me. And I know that's a weird thing to say. Maybe it's, I don't know, is that arrogant to say? Or is that ignorant to say? I don't know. I haven't found anybody outside of my friend Snow that acts like me, you know? I haven't found a lot of people with similar likes to what I like, outside of like 2 or 3 people. And you know, even my neighbors and I, the neighbor that I ride with, even he's way different than I am. And I don't know, you know? So when I say I'm not like a lot of people, it's because I haven't come across people like me. I hardly come across anybody like me. And fuck me, this is a long ass light. There's even a camera there. Fuck me, there's finally a car. But, you know, I'm trying to make the video, again, oh man, I'm so repetitive. And I don't know what to do, you know? I don't know how to get my videos to show up. I don't know, because like when I go to tag my videos, or you know, put tags in the things so that when people look up things, my video will come up, and there's nothing that I can do outside of the tags that I already have, which is, you know, Ducati 1199, Panigale, motovlog, motorcycle riding, things like that. You know, those are pretty much all the tags that I can put in my video so that it doesn't become clickbait. Ow, fuck. You know, I'm trying and I'm failing. And I don't know, again, I'm just trying to do it for fun, and you know, I don't want to turn it into a job. That's one of the things that I don't want to do. I don't want to turn live streaming, and I don't want to turn YouTube into a job. You know, that a lot of people did that. You know, they're like, oh yeah, I just did this for fun, or I was doing this for fun, and then it turned into a full-time job. Or, you know, some people have a job and they're like, I just can't keep this up. You know, like, I don't know, you know. My gloves are starting to get, or at least this glove's starting to get worn in. Yeah. And, you know, again, I don't want ads. You know, if someone clicks on my video and there's ads, you know, I really want somebody to let me know, because I run ad block. So, yeah. You know, I run ad block. I'm not gonna know if it's got ads on it or not. No one's going. There we go. Let's see. I'm trying not to have like long stances of quietness, because that's what happens in my stream. I'll start to focus on the gameplay and I'll just go quiet. And I don't know, and like I'll notice it after a while and I'll start talking again, but I'll go quiet, and I don't really know how to stop doing that, because it's just something I do. And turn signals on, turn signals on, turn signals on, there we go. And yeah. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Man, my mirrors are shaking quite a bit, a lot more than usual. God, I had a good topic the other day that I wanted to talk about, and I was like, that'd make a great YouTube video, and it's now completely slipped my mind. Oh, speed limit's 40. I'm going way over. I still need to fix that right mirror. There we go. And let's see, what was that topic I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, I've never had, not only have I had very little road rage happen against me, but I don't road rage. I don't see the point in it. And yeah, you know, people who road rage, it doesn't get you very far, does it? And oh yeah, again, on the back to the topic of watching a lot of road rage videos, a lot of motorcyclists, you know, sorry. I'm getting hot. A lot of them, when I started watching them, were motorcyclists, you know, riding around, and when they notice somebody on the phone, they get so mad, you know. And well, the one thing that I noticed is they do very long extended periods of time of looking at their driver to get their attention, or honking, or you're, you know, yelling at them, making a ton of hand signals, and this, that, and the other. And the only thing that comes to my mind in that instance is you're being just as dangerous as the person on their phone. You're taking your eyes off the road. You're not paying attention. You know, you're focusing a lot more attention on someone that, you know, if you just got away from them, that's it. You know, they swerve into your lane. Okay, so what? Woo! That was a piece of paper. You know, like if they swerve into your lane, either get away from them or just get away from them. You know, that's really all I can say. You know, don't waste your time yelling at them or screaming. You know, riff bomb them and honk your horn and call it a day. And that's it. You know, and that's really all you have to do. I don't understand road rage. I don't get that mad over too groovy. The license plate in front of me is too groovy. I don't know if it's gonna come up on GoPro or not. So I'm just gonna, it's too groovy, and the one over there on the orange car, the Malibu or Cobalt or whatever, is Cryo 61. I wonder if that's a game. Or something in a game. But yeah, I don't know. There's really no reason for me to get mad, you know. It's okay, it's life threatening, but you know, you're the one who decided to ride the bike. You know, when you ride a bike, you accept that responsibility of probably dying on the road today, you know. And you do that in a car too. The only difference is you got a cage around you. Like literally, most modern cars are just crash structures with engines in them. And you know, it's, I mean, you know, you're not gonna have a whole bunch of, I don't even know what road I'm on. Warm Springs, I think this goes all the way through to Red Rock. But you know, you're not gonna get again, it's more dangerous and safer on a motorcycle than it is in a car. And that's really what comes down to it. You know, it's more dangerous when in a crash, but if you're paying attention, it's safer than being in a car. Better stopping distances. Why is this guy going so fucking slow? He's in a Corvette. But you know, better stopping distances, no blind spots, you know, things like that. And what is this dude doing? Speed limit's 45, pal. Sorry, I got distracted. I think I was on road rage. But yeah, I think you get the point of my opinion on road rage, and it just should be everybody's opinion, you know. Oh, whoop-de-doo, they cut me off. Big fucking whoop, you know. Big fucking whoop that the camera makes it look further than it really is. Who cares? You know, don't be a bitch. You know, if you're getting on a motorcycle, don't be a bitch. That's pretty much the gist of it. And if you're in a car, don't be a bitch. You're in a crash structure with airbags, and unless you have, like, you know, I think it was like 80s, or I think it was the late 80s, early 90s that airbags actually became a standard in cars and things like that. So like, unless you're in a car that literally has no airbags and it's basically a square metal box and it's made of steel and this, that, and the other, don't be a bitch. You know, a serious car accident will fuck you up and kill you, but to get in a serious motorcycle accident, it takes a lot less. It takes a lot less speed, it takes a lot less force, etc., 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 you know. you know, a serious car crash for me, when I think about it, is a mangled car. You know, there was a car accident the other day, just down the street from where I live, and literally the rear wheel of this car was up in its fucking quarter panel. It was mangled. It was insane. You know, and it wasn't like another car's wheel. It was that car's wheel, and it was like lodged up into the side of the quarter panel, like almost near the rear glass, high, like super high up in the quarter panel. And it was just mind blowing. I was like, holy fuck. You know, that's insane. When you can look at a car accident and go, Jesus fucking Christ, that's a serious accident. But when you look at them, you know, it takes a lot less for you to say that on a motorcycle crash. You know, it really does. Because a motorcycle, especially this Panigale, even a minor 20-mile-an-hour crash, you know, will probably blow the entire bike apart. Whereas a 20-mile-an-hour accident in a car, I've seen it. You'll get an indented door, maybe a bent subframe, but then again, most cars are unibody these days, so you know that's to be expected. You know, a 20-mile-an-hour accident, again, you know, rear-ending someone, please, you know, it's super fucking stupid what happens in a 20-mile-an-hour crash. And yeah, I understand the statistics. You know, most deaths happen at around 35 miles an hour and, you know, 5 miles away from home. But you have to remember, that's basically the commute. You know, there are way more roads in this country that have a speed limit of 45 and below than they have of 60 and above, or hell, even 50 and above. And not a lot of people travel on those. You know, most people, when they get in an accident, oh, it's just on my way to the store, or, you know, or something like that. They happen that often because that's just what happens, because that's what a lot of people are doing. So when you look at the statistics, it's not really in this case, it's not something that I'm like, oh man, statistics are dead certain, you know, this is what happens in this and this. Oh fuck. You know, it's just not like that. When it comes to, you know, it's safer to fly, but there aren't like a billion people in the air. There's probably a billion people on the road in the world right now, and there's probably only maybe a million in the air, maybe not even that much. You know, so you know, of course it's going to be safer to fly. There's, you know, a fraction of the people in the air right now, you know. You know, when you look at the quote unquote true statistics, or the numbers when it comes to what's safer and what actually happens, you know, you got to realize just how much more people are on the road than there are in the air, or on the sea, or, you know, at one point there were probably more people walking around than in cars to get to places, and now not so much. So it's like, you know, you got to look at the actual numbers. Like if they were the same numbers flying, and the same number of people in cars, and same number of people on boats that were in cars and stuff like that, the alternate points of travel would probably be more dangerous. Because when you have a plane accident, especially a major plane accident, you know, you can have upwards of 100 people dying at once. You know, and with cars, you know, let's see. I wonder how much the maximum it would take. I wonder how many cars, full cars, it would take to reach 100 people, and how many, what would they have to do for 100 people at once in one accident for and people in cars for them to, you know, go. You know, that's what I'm wondering. You know, it'd probably take upwards of, you know, 40 or 50 cars at once in one accident at super high rates of speed, fully loaded, to reach, you know, 100 people at once. You know, so it's like, so when you put that into perspective, and there's nothing you can do to, like, when a plane starts to crash, a plane crashes. You know, that's it. You know, you're done. Unless you get insanely lucky, like some people have, you're done. That's it. You know, game over. But with a car, you know, you can avoid a lot of situations that accidents happen in. You know, it's almost fully in your control all of the time. And same with a motorcycle. But on a ship or plane, no, you're done. That's it. You're dead. You know, unless you're insanely lucky, and for some reason you have a parachute, or you fall, you know, a couple hundred feet into some nice soft trees, and the tree branches break your fall. You know, you're done. That's it. So it's like, you know, to me, it's safer for me to drive than it is for me to fly. It's safer for me to walk. It's safer for me to do a lot more things than statistics say it is. God, I don't even know what got me on this conversation. But yeah. You know, when you look at how many people die at once, then it's a whole different ballgame. Fucking sand is hurting my neck. You know, it's like, how many people die on average in a car accident? Most people only have two people in the car, and then you know you have the other car, and it's not guaranteed that the other people in the car are gonna die, and it's like, you know, it's probably at least, I think the average is 2 or more, maybe. I don't know, I'd have to look it up, but that would require me pulling over and pulling out my phone and doing all this other stuff. And if I would actually prepared for this, I'd probably have a better, I'd probably have better facts for you. Because I like to be factual. I like to be, you know, on point all the time. Like, if I use a word, I'm using the word as a definition and not something that, you know, a group of people came up with. Like if I was gonna say fag, I would be using it as, you know, a cigarette or a bundle of sticks. I wouldn't be using it as a derogatory name. And unfortunately, I can't use gay in a sentence without meaning homosexual, because when you look up gay, you know, the first definition that comes up is homosexual, not you know, happy or merry or whatever the definition of gay was before society changed it, as of recently, apparently. And I'm talking like a couple years ago that the first definition of gay was happy. Like, that is how recently that changed. So yeah, you know, I'm always trying to, you know what, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but until you show me the evidence that I'm wrong, I'm gonna fight you tooth and nail. And I don't know why, because it's like, I could be wrong. I'm not saying like I'm like super ultra educated on everything, but, you know, the things that I do, you know, I don't know everything, but the things that I do know, I know pretty well. At least I'd like to think so. So, yeah. was a big fucking pothole. Oh, I hate the dead zone in this throttle. It's horrible. I could probably do the 1-year review of my Panigale, because it's been over a year. I actually just had to re-register my bike. And yeah, what can I say about it? It's better in every way than my DRZ. Done. It gets I can go further on a tank of gas without needing to worry about the fuel light or this, that, or the other, and it's more comfortable. It's got more storage space. It's faster. It's easier to start up in the morning. It's not as comfortable going over rough terrain because, I don't know, 8 inches of suspension travel on a DRZ. Not much can compare to that. You know, a supermoto, when you're going over rough terrain, there's no escaping that. It's good. There's a very good chance it's going to be the most fucking comfortable thing out there outside of an adventure bike. You know, and I kind of want a naked bike for my motor vlogs, but that's a lot of money that I just don't want to spend. You know, it's like, you know, I could have gotten a naked bike instead of this, and I'd probably be a little bit happier. You know, an FZ09, a new one, not the old one, the new one, or yeah, basically an FZ09 or CBR 1000 or CB 1000R, sorry. Because believe it or not, the CB 1000R actually has a single-sided swing arm. But yeah. Oh, I thought I was near Sonic, and I was like, yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, let's see. That's really it. That's really it about the review. You know, there's really not much to say about this bike. It's probably been reviewed to death. Damn, that's gotta be a heavy load. But yeah, I heard a lot of stuff that when I first got this bike I didn't really agree with. You know, in the summer, oh man, this bike gets hot. It gets real fucking hot. But in the winter, it's fucking fantastic. And you know, in Las Vegas there really is only 2 seasons. There's summer and then there's winter. And so yeah, for city riding, it gets a little hot near the thighs in these pants. In my race suit, it actually doesn't get that hot. Leather is a very good insulator, you know. It doesn't get hot in the and it's not the crotch. It's the lower thigh, because that's where the exhaust is, and that's where the air passes by, and then you got the air coming out of like this and all this stuff, and it just goes under the leg, and that's what warms up. But there isn't you know, there isn't really any negatives about this bike except for the fucking throttle dead zone. It's so annoying, seriously, because then you got that whop whop, and there really isn't anything you can do about it. Even, you know, unless I don't let off the throttle, and even then it's still kind of there when you shift. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. It's so annoying. And then you have the throttle play like you would have with a cable throttle, but it's ride by wire. So I don't know why there's such a big dead zone, but there is, and it's annoying. I don't have it in race mode. There's really no point, you know. Maybe the dead zone would be gone. I don't know. You know, but up until, you know, sometimes I get it in 3rd gear, sometimes I don't. You know, I never get it in 4th gear, I don't think, and I don't get it in after any gear in that. But the first several gears, which are the ones you're going to stay in a lot more, you know, in the city, Oh yeah, it's annoying. It's the most annoying fucking thing on the planet. That was a horrible shift. You know what? If I did a video on my car, I'd just get reamed in the comments. That's what would happen. I'd get reamed for shifting in my car, because I'm not that good at it yet. You know, I'm constantly trying to get smooth in it, but it's got a race clutch in it. It's fucking hard to drive that thing smooth. The only time I can shift up smoothly is if I'm not paying attention to it, and I'm driving really hard. You know, I'm shifting at 6,800 RPM, which is its red line. And I'm slamming it into gear. I'm dropping the clutch. You know, that's really the only way I can drive that car smoothly. No matter how slow I let out the clutch, no matter how long, because it's got a really long fucking throttle hang when you let off the gas. So and you know, even when I match the RPMs perfectly to what it should be in that gear, the car still hops a little bit. You know, and if I give it a little bit of gas, it smooths out a little bit, but there's almost no fucking driving that car smoothly. And I'm trying, and sometimes I get it, but I cannot for the life of me mimic it when I'm thinking about it. You know, if I'm thinking about shifting in that car, it doesn't fucking A. You know, and it's like, well, just don't think about it. And it's like, I kind of have to, you know. That was my neighbor again. Fuck! I never get to ride with my neighbor. I want to, but I don't know his schedule, and you know, I don't know. And you know, I have some bad shifts on the bike too, but it's so much easier to shift on a bike than it is a car. And I'm just gonna leave that up to, you know, feet. Because you're using your feet to shift instead of controlling the clutch and the gas. You know, in a car you're using your hands to control the shift, and you're using your feet to control the throttle and the clutch, and they're just clunky things. And yeah, and I probably, you know, if I got my friend to drive my car, he could probably shift it fucking buttery smooth, and I'm super jealous of that. But I can't right now. It's only been about 1,000 miles since I got the car, and it's like 1,000 miles. It's, you know, halfway across the country if you're going in a straight line. And it's like, yeah, that's true, but it's not really. It's not like I drove that 1,000 miles constantly. You know, it's basically just to the store and back. Hey, look, a Del Taco. It's basically to the store and back, and that's it. You know, so it's only a couple miles at a time, and it's the freeway. It's this highway. This is the main road that I go on. You know, so it's, you know, I super stress second gear because it'll reach about 70 miles an hour roughly in second gear, and I'll just super stress it, and then I'll shift up into fifth, and then that's it, you know. And yeah, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, the tires suck ass on my car. And I haven't really gotten to the point of stressing the limit of these tires, because I just don't see a point. you know, I'm on the road. I'm not on a racetrack, you know. And there'll be points where I go really, really fast on my bike, but it's not like I'm holding that speed, you know. I'm not holding 120 constantly. And, yeah. So it's not like, you know, I'll break the speed limit and then I'll come right back down to the speed limit. Or I'll race to the limit and then I'll stop, you know. But very rarely will I break the speed limit and keep breaking it, you know. I don't do it for very long, and that's fine. You know, at least that's fine. That's fine with me, at least. I'm not really sure what you know, see, I'll do that. I'll come right back down. Oh wow, now I'm under the speed limit. But yeah, I won't hold, you know, 120 and you know, it's fun to do it every once in a while, but doing it constantly would just destroy the purpose of doing it entirely, you know. Because then, like, you wouldn't get the same feel every time you did it, you know? It would get boring after a while. Unless you were, like, on a racetrack and pushing the limits all the fucking time. Yeah, it would get boring after a while. Yeah, you know, breaking the law as far as speed limit goes is, in my opinion, is perfectly fine as long as you come back down from it, you know. But, you know, that's just my opinion. My opinion isn't very popular. And basically, if you don't get caught, it's legal. You know, if there's no cop around to stop you, it's legal. God damn, it's actually kind of hard to keep a solid speed limit on this road. At least for me. I gotta like constantly watch my speed, or else I'm going like 5 under or 10 under, or you know, 5 over or 10 over. And 5 over is pretty good. You know, again, legally a cop can't stop you for going 5 over and this, that, and the other. But you know, it's whatever. Is my GoPro still on? Yep, it is. Yay! I think I've consistently spoken this entire video, and you know again, wow, I drop speed limit, and you know, again, you know, for me this is kind of like a one-man podcast. You know, I would listen to this. While you know, writing, or I don't know, just surfing the web. You know, I'd listen to this because it's background noise. I can't deal with silence. It's just not something I can do, and I don't know why. When I first moved into this house, I think I said this on a stream once, or the other day. When I first moved into this house, the AC unit was always on. Or the fan, you know. Air was constantly being pushed into my room, and you know, the door had constantly back pressure of air to it, and suddenly that turned off one day, and I'm not really sure why, but it turned back on yesterday or today, and you know, like my room got deafeningly quiet. Like it was deafening, you know. It was so quiet that my ears rang, and you know, it was just so hard to it was just so hard to focus in pure quiet. Hell, I couldn't even sleep. It was so quiet. Like before, I needed absolute silence to sleep, and now I need noise. I need wind noise, basically. And yeah, and trying to open my door without the goddamn, it's windy today. Without the back pressure of the air, the fan, my door got really light. Like I need to put my body weight into opening my door. That's how tough it is with the air, with the fan on. And without it, when I put my body weight into it, I damn near fell over. And yeah, it's just like it's amazing. After 10 months, it's amazing the things that you just get used to. And maybe that's what it takes. Going back on the whatchamacallit, getting back onto the topic of working out and doing things like that, and you know, needing a schedule. Maybe it takes 10 months. Maybe I gotta constantly do it for 10 months. I don't know. But fuck me. You know, maybe I'm just one of those people that it takes a long fucking time to have muscle memory. But then when I think about it, you know, it didn't take me that long to have it doesn't take me long in muscle memory for shifting in my car, or shifting on my motorcycle, what RPMs to go, this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'll have a few off starts. You know, I'll rev it to a little bit higher than it should, and sometimes I won't. You know, or most of the time I won't. You know, and on my bike, you know, I stalled it. I stalled it when I first started riding, and that was after, God, probably about a month of not doing it, or at least a couple weeks. And you know, maybe it takes that long for my body to get accustomed to it, and that's gonna suck if I have to actually do 10 months of working out for my body to start seeing a change, or 10 months of being more healthy, or 10 months of, you know, out of 10 months, I've never had the same sleep schedule for more than a month or a couple weeks. And that makes it a lot harder to have these schedules. Jesus Christ, it's super windy right now. But maybe that's just all I have to do, you know? I don't know. I don't really want to run my GoPro dead, so, well, I guess I have to, because I always want my GoPro to be running while I'm riding my bike, just in case something happens. You know, when my GoPro dies, I go home, because I don't feel safe riding without my GoPro. I don't know, you know, ever since I started riding my bike, I've always had a GoPro, always. You know, for well over a year, I've had a GoPro for 3 years that I've been riding motorcycle. No, yeah, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yep, for 3 years that I've been riding my bike, I've had a GoPro the entire time. I've had the same helmet. I've had the same boots. I've had the same racing jacket or race suit, and yeah, you know, some things it doesn't feel right to change. And sometimes that's a bad thing, you know, especially when you want change. You know, when you want to change something and it takes a long time. Oh, that's the worst. I'm not really sure what to talk about anymore. There really isn't anything for me to talk about, you know. You know, and I could separate this video into, you know, 5 different videos, but trying to edit this into 5 different videos is probably going to be a super pain in the ass. Sorry, I had something on my lip. it's probably gonna be a super pain in the ass, you know. Like I'd probably spend the rest of the day editing this. And hell, the last motovlog I did, it literally took me like 6 hours just to put the videos together and just to render it and just to upload it. It takes so long for my computer to do this. Like, I have a gaming computer. I don't have a rendering computer. You know, my computer isn't meant to render stuff. It can. It takes it a while, and I don't know where in my editing software I can. Cause see, I'd rather have my CPU and my GPU working on it instead of just my CPU or just my GPU, and I don't know which one it takes. I think it takes my CPU. I think it uses my CPU to render stuff. So, and I think that's probably why it takes so long, because it's not like I have some super high fancy CPU anymore. I did when it first came out. I have a i5, I think 6600 CPU, or maybe it's a 5600. I'm not sure. It's, I don't know. I'd have to look it up, and then you know, it's either 55 or 66. I know the first two numbers and the last two numbers are the same. That's all I know. You know. But yeah, it's not meant to render something, and it takes so long. And if one part of the video doesn't compile right, you know, if it doesn't make it to the rendering stage, it doesn't go in there, because it would just take me too long to finish rendering the other videos. And because of my editing software, every time I put a video in there, I have to render it. I have to re-render it. So it just takes too long to render what's there, then make that one video, then once that's done, re-render the one that didn't render properly, or recompose or whatever, and recompile it, then render that, then put those two videos together. Like, it would literally take me all day to do just that. And you know, and again, it's not hard work, it's just tedious. You know, oh my fucking god. You know, it's again, it's not hard. Streaming isn't hard. You know, you have the right materials, it's not hard to do. Having a proper schedule, not hard to do. If you have a normal schedule. Like, again, with my sleep schedule, you know, it's always the same schedule, just at different times. I wake up, I have coffee, I eat, or I have coffee. It just depends on which one comes first. And then I'll stream. And then after that, I'll upload that stream to YouTube, and I'll surf the web for the rest of the day. Or I'll come out and I'll make a motovlog, like I'm doing now. You know? Yeah, that's just how you know, that's how my days go. And I could start motovlogging after I stream. I honestly could. I could upload 2 videos a day, every day. I'm not really sure what I'll talk about every day.